Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your everydayness Abby. Today we are starting with a new series on mental health, and it's about the brain and its relation to mental disorders. So in this we'll get to know about the anatomy of the brain, we'll get to know about the structures in the brain and also their functions. This is very important because when we start learning or talking about certain mental conditions, we will know those parts of the brain that is affected and the associated functions also affected. It would help us very well so that we'll be able to manage ourselves and stay mentally healthy. Above all, knowledge is good. So before we talk about the brain in other videos, today we want to talk about the nervous system because it's within the nervous system the brain is found. So the nervous system simply is the control center of the body, or it's the one that aids in communication throughout the body, that is from the head to the toe. It is the nervous system that ensures that there is effective communication within the body. So simply put, the nervous system is a complex network of nerves and cells that carries messages to and from the brain and spinal cord to other parts of the body. So I'll repeat that again. The nervous system is a complex network of nerves and cells that carries messages to and from the brain and spinal cord to other parts of the body. So the brain cannot communicate directly with the body, so the body cannot communicate directly to the brain. So there are nerves in the body that helps this communication to take place. So the nervous system has all these parts which come together to ensure that there is effective communication. So the nervous system is made up of two parts. That is the central nervous system and then the peripheral nervous system. First of all, we'll take the peripheral nervous system. So the peripheral nervous system comprises of all the nerves in the body that branches out from the brain and spinal cord to other parts of the body, which is the organs in the body, our limbs and our skin. So the limbs are our hands and our legs. That is known as the limb. So the peripheral nervous system includes all the nerves that we have throughout our body, okay, throughout our body. And what is that it does is that it ensures that it sends messages or signals from the body through the spinal cord to the brain so that it would carry it from there and then the other necessary things will be done. So the main function of the peripheral nervous system is to connect the brain and spinal cord to the other parts of the body. And secondly, it transmits information to and from the body and spinal cord. I believe we got that part of the explanation. So the other part of the nervous system is the central nervous system. So the central nervous system, after the peripheral nervous system has sent the information or signals to the brain and spinal cord, the central nervous system, which includes the brain and spinal cord, then receives the message or the signal and then translates it into motor activity. So please let me explain that so that we get it. So the central nervous system also has two parts, which is the brain and spinal cord, which we've been talking about till now. So the peripheral nervous system or the nerves would carry information either within the body or from the environment and then send that message through the spinal cord to the brain, and then the brain will in turn translate this information into motor activity. So for example, let's say you are frying meat in the kitchen and then some of the oil falls on your skin. What the nerves does is that it will send the signal of there being heat applied to your skin, so the nerves will send the signal through the spinal cord to the brain. Then your brain will translate that information as your skin being bent. So you have to take action. Or you say agish or you try to do something about the pain. Another example is that supposing you have a cut on your skin or on your finger, there are nerves in the fingers which sends that signal of a cut through the spinal cord to the brain. Then your brain would interpret or translate that information to there being a cut on your finger. So then your mind will come to it, and then you see that blood is coming out. You have to take an action in stopping the blood or take further action to do something about it. So in general, this is what happens within the nervous system. There are so many things to talk about, there are so many things to discuss about the nervous system, but this is what is so important to us in our discussions on the brain and relation to mental disorders. It was just to help us so that we will know where the brain is coming from and the vital thing or the vital function it does in the body. So please, I will just sum up everything. So I said the nervous system is the control center of the body, and it ensures that it aids in communication throughout the body. And it is made up of two parts. That is the peripheral nervous system and then the central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system comprises of all the nerves in the body, and then the central nervous system has the brain and the spinal cord in it. So the peripheral nervous system will send information to the brain through the spinal cord, and then it will translate that information into motor activity. Thank you very much for your attention. I believe today's information was very useful. In our next video, we'll now talk about the spinal cord, what it does, its main function, and then we'll also talk about the brain. Then the brain, we would focus more on it, know its parts, its functions, then we will take it from there. And we'll also get to the point where we'll learn about certain mental conditions and the part of the brain that is affected. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share. It's very important. Meet you next time in the next video.